Thank you, Art. Well, everybody enjoys a good campfire story, right? With Halloween just around the corner, the Pump House is offering a spooky treat for our community. Joining us this morning to tell us about tales of the creepy and scary is professional storyteller Terry Visger. Welcome, Terry. Thanks for being here again.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, the name sounds perfect for this time of year. Tales of the creepy and scary. What can you tell us about it?
Well, we are probably more creepy than scary, although, you know, I love scary stories. They're my very favorite, but none of them are ever too scary. I don't think. You gotta really wrap them up. But we have 6 tellers, and each of them has a story. Some are folk tales, probably haven't heard them, but they're more traditional tales. And one person, or 2 people, I'm sorry, write their own stories.
Okay.
And so they are, you know, originals that they will be telling. And we tell stories, we don't read them, but we do have some things that we will be reading this time, because one of our tellers researched some spooky happenings in La Crosse from the past. And so he's got 6 newspaper articles from the past, and people will be reading those so that they get them perfectly accurate. And we also have a father and daughter who will be singing a spooky song. So
yeah,
lots of things going on.
A quick question for you. The Bluff Country Tale Spinners are representing this event, right? Hey, can you tell us a little bit about the tradition of storytelling?
Well, storytelling is how our brains evolve. People have been telling stories since the beginning of human communication. And so, you know, that's the way that I always, when I talk to little kids, I say, I'm going to tell you something really scary, but there was a time when people didn't have flat screens, and then they all screamed. You know, so before we had television, you know, we talked to each other at night, and people told stories. That's how they explained things. That's how they communicated with each other, how they made connections. So yeah, it is a long, long traditional art.
Yes, yes, okay. And so what do you think it is about spooky tales that resonate with people so much?
Well, not everybody. My husband hates them.
Yeah, ours doesn't like it either.
And I love them. I love them and spooky movies. You know, I think it's just being able to be afraid without being in danger. And so, you know, you get all that tension and buildup that you have of being afraid, but you know you're in a safe environment, and that everything's going to turn out okay in the end.
Okay, great. So should we leave the kids at home for this one, or what do you think there?
Well, you know, a lot of kids are different. It's geared more towards, I would say, 12 and up. Our audiences are mostly adult now. When we used to do this at the park, we would have, and people could leave easier, we had silly stories, the silly ghost stories for children in the beginning, and at intermission then it ramped up. Now we don't worry about that. We're just tell the more serious stories the whole time. So if a 12-year-old handles that, which probably most of them can, that would be fine. And you know, I've had 5-year-olds come up to me and say, "Oh, I really liked when that lady came out of the grave." So
every kid is different. You are
They are.
Quick question for her. How do you get people to get inspired to go to these storytellings?
Well, storytelling for a long time was misunderstood. You know, once we got these flat screens, but now we do have a pretty big following in La Crosse, and I think especially at this time of the year, just the idea of having a spooky story, that one thing that's a little different. You've got the movies at the theater or on TV, and now this is that live experience. You know, we're different than a play, but it's that live experience, that connecting with people that you can't have with a flat screen.
Yes, more of a show, right?
It is. It truly is a show.
And tickets, is that at the Pump House's website?
Right, tickets at their website or at the door. Hopefully we'll be sold out. But
so
last year it was almost sold out. So you know.
So try to get those tickets in advance.
Yeah, and doors open at 6, but the show doesn't start till 7.
Okay. Well, Terry, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Stay with us. We're back right after this.